Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com. Today I'm bringing you a quick overview and installation of the Roush Rear Spoiler in the unpainted finish, available for all 2015 and newer fastback Mustangs. In this video, of course, I'll be going over the styling and appearance you can expect from the rear spoiler from Roush I have here today, and I'll even touch on the materials and construction. I'll top the video off with the install, which I'll let you know up front does require you to do some drilling into your factory trunk lid, so you want to keep that in mind going forward, which is why it'll get a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. The Roush Rear Spoiler I have here today in the unpainted finish will be for any 2015 or newer fastback owner who's looking to pick up a rear spoiler with a ducktail style design and a race inspired quality, but is willing to do some drilling into their factory trunk lid to make it happen. The Roush Rear Spoiler you see here offers what other options on the site also offer, which is basically a ducktail style race-inspired design, only difference being this is coming from a very reputable name brand such as Roush. Now with that said, if you're rocking the stock OEM flush mount style spoiler sitting on the top of your trunk lid, this one isn't going to be a huge change, but of course will offer a noticeable styling. What I mean by that is, instead of sitting flush on top of the trunk lid, this is going to sit flush on the lip of that trunk lid, giving it that ducktail style feel. Now, although it's not a huge change from that subtle flush mount style spoiler from the factory, if you didn't pick up that performance pack and your S550 didn't come from the factory with a spoiler, this is going to make a huge difference to your rear end. Adding a spoiler to an S550 that otherwise did not have one can really change the exterior appearance, and I think for the better. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, to get this one installed, you will have to do some drilling into your factory trunk lid. Now, if that's not something you're willing to do, unfortunately, this option may not be for you, but if you are willing to do so, it's not the toughest job in the world. It just adds that extra step, but I'll get to that install in just a second. One thing I do want to point out though, if you're concerned about whether or not the factory holes that are drilled into your trunk lid will be visible once you make the transition to the ducktail, I will say yes. However, the kit from Roush does include push pins to plug those holes to make it not so noticeable and of course add a little bit of a subtle design to it. Now of course those push pins are going to be black, but of course you could paint those along with the unpainted option here once you take it to your paint shop. If your S550 did not come with a factory spoiler, you don't have to worry about that because of course you don't have any factory holes drilled in the first place. As far as materials and construction goes here, Roush had this manufactured out of a lightweight, durable, blow-molded ABS plastic, a very durable material, long-lasting lifetime of course, something very commonly used in the aftermarket world, especially when it comes to body parts like the spoiler. On top of that, it comes right out of the box in this gray base material, unpainted of course. You can take this to your local custom paint shop to get it paint matched to your factory colors or any customized color of your preference. As far as the price goes, if you're interested in this rear spoiler from Roush and you're okay with doing the drilling or having a professional do it for you, you can pick up the part itself for just south of 300 bucks. Now, in my personal opinion, not too bad of a price tag, but of course, when it comes to adding the cost of getting it painted at your local paint shop, you can tack that up and the price starts to rise. Of course, it all depends on your personal preference and if you're willing to get that job done with the drilling and if you want to get it painted at a local shop. Shifting gears over to the install portion, like I've mentioned throughout the video, this does require the drilling into your factory trunk lid. The template to do so is included in the kit, which is very helpful in getting the job done. Like I said, it's not the toughest job in the world, but it does add that extra step, so I'm going to say this is going to take about 2 hours in the driveway at home or at the professional mechanic shop, and I will be giving it a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. If you're tackling this one yourself, of course you want to have the drill and drill bit on deck, as well as the alcohol wipes and adhesion promoter provided in the kit. Use the template provided for you from Roush to lay out exactly where you're drilling on your trunk lid and get that drilling done. Once that's taken care of, use the alcohol wipes to clean off the entire surface you're applying the 3M tape to, because that is pre-applied for you on the back of the spoiler. Once you have the area cleaned off properly, peel off the backing on the 3M tape, set it all into place using the adhesion promoter, and of course, tighten everything down with the hardware provided in the kit. Overall, about 2 hours worth of time in the driveway at home if you're tackling it yourself, and a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Just to wrap things up here, as far as the install and overview goes, if you're the owner of a 2015 or newer fastback Mustang and you're looking to capture the ducktail style race-inspired design of a rear spoiler, you might want to check out the Roush Rear Spoiler in the unpainted finish, which can be found right here at AmericanMuscle.com.